Hello YouTube and welcome back to part 3 of building a New Republic base, and today I'm going to be working on some of the more essential necessities of any base. Troop living. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much done as I had hoped I would in this episode, because it took me much longer to design the hallways than I had intended. My problem was the terrible lighting issues I was having. I couldn't find the proper lighting for the hallways that didn't look ridiculous. And I still was never fully satisfied with the lighting of the hallway, but I couldn't do any better than I had already done. It also did not help that I was mostly tired while recording this episode, and I wasn't really in the mood to play Space Engineers at the time. But I suffered through it anyway and did my best. Anyways, enough moaning about my effort. I have finally gotten around to watching Rogue One. Don't worry, no spoilers. And I have to say, I loved it very much. And as such, you will probably start seeing me do a lot of builds from the movie. And of course, I always want to hear your thoughts in the comments, in this case about the movie. But do not spoil any plot points for anyone else who may not have seen it yet. If you do, your comment will be deleted, and I can't ensure that you will remain on the channel. When I have completed this base and I post it on the Steam Workshop, I hope you will all thank me for the great amount of time I spent naming every single light. It's a really big pain, and one I wished I didn't have to go through, but do anyway. Anyways, for the room I'm currently working on, I had originally intended upon it being a mess hall, but then I thought, maybe I would rather have a meeting room instead, kind of like a big conference room. So I tried to pull some inspiration from the first Star Wars movie with the base on Yavin, and I had decided maybe incorporate a little bit more futuristic looking design, but keep the same principles. If you're wondering what it is I was just doing, I had noticed that I had left mirror mode on, and I was hoping I didn't just ruin something else in the base that I had to quickly go clean up. Luckily, I didn't. Anyways, I am currently working on the actual mess hall. At first, it was literally going to just be a mess hall, but then I decided, why not have one big open room? Aside from just the mess hall, I would also have the recreation room, with the seats and games and things to keep the soldiers occupied during their stay at the base. Obviously, no one wants to sit around for hours on end with nothing to do. The reason I had decided to make this room extremely big was that I felt that soldiers staying at the base would become claustrophobic after a while. And I wanted to have a really big room where they can feel like they can stretch their legs. blast. Looks like I'll need better lights. Of the entire base, the lighting in this room has to be, by far, my most hated. I don't like the effect that the spotlights have with making a very hazy appearance under them, but it was the only lighting in the game that I had access to that actually lit up the room. At this point, I decided, since I'm obviously going to be making all of these lights into a group, I may as well have light switches on the walls. So there you have it, this part has now been covered. I have designed the first corridor, the mess hall with the rec room attached, and the conference room. I've also connected the refinery and assembly room, and I made an oxygen room to go with it. So if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe to catch the next one. And until then, I will see you next time.